In this video, I'm going to be showing you a trick where you're going to take a pen or a marker and then change it into a cigarette right in front of the spectator's eyes, and that too by using sleight of hand. Now I did this trick a couple of times as the color changing pen and the color changing cigarette, so you might already know the secret of this trick, but the process here is a little bit different because we are dealing with two types of objects, and since after doing the change we have to just get rid of this pen, I'm going to show you how I get rid of it, and you can use the same technique too. So here is how you're going to do this trick. For this trick, we're going to need a couple of items. We're going to need a pen, we're going to need a cigarette, a real cigarette because this is a fake one, and we're going to need a lighter. Now for this trick, I'm actually going to keep the lighter in my pocket, and what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to keep the cigarette in this grip. So I'm going to hold the cigarette with my palm and my index finger and keep my middle finger on the bottom of it. Now at this position, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold the pen with the same hand as I'm grabbing the cigarette or I'm palming the cigarette. So that way it will look like that I have nothing else in my hand because the other hand is empty, and with this hand I'm actually holding onto a pen. So basically the spectators won't suspect me of anything because they don't have a clue what I'm going to do. Now at this point what I'm going to do is basically for the change, I'm actually going to do a flip stick move with the pen. Now I've taught you the flip stick move a couple of times. You are going to hold the pen from the heavier side. You're going to hold it at the tip with your index finger at the tip and the thumb on the top and the middle finger at the bottom. So that way if you pull your middle finger backwards, the pen actually goes inside your palm, and from this angle it looks like that the pen has vanished. Now the more fast you do this move, the more visual this trick gets. So basically you're going to do this flip stick move, and from this hand you're actually going to use your thumb to press onto the cigarette, and you're going to use your middle finger to guide the cigarette into the perfect position so that it looks like that the cigarette just came out. Now you're going to do this flip stick move and this flip out move at the same time, and you're going to do it when you're actually going to push this pen right behind these fingers. So you're actually going to push this pen right behind your fingers, and when you do that you're actually doing the flip stick move and the flip out move at the same time, and when you do it with the correct timing it looks like that the pen has changed into the cigarette. Of course it fell down. So you have to get your timing perfect so that it really looks like that the pen has changed into a cigarette, and with practice you can get to that. Now basically I do this trick as my end routine of any trick that I'm doing, so I kind of like show my spectator a couple of tricks which involve signing of objects, and that's where I actually give them the marker or the pen. Now after showing them a couple of tricks, I take back the marker or the pen and then I ask them that if they have a cigarette or not, because after showing a couple of tricks I really need to clear my head, and that's why I need to smoke a cigarette. Now some people will have cigarettes, some people won't have cigarettes, and some people will search for it. So there will be these three types of people, but anyways, even if they have or don't have cigarette, you're not going to do anything while they're searching or just giving you the answer. You can get the cigarette in these positions so that you can do the change, and if let's say they're going to give you a cigarette, you're just going to say, no, wait a minute, I can actually get my cigarette on my own, and then you do the change. Or even if they say that they don't have a cigarette after searching, or maybe they just say that they don't have a cigarette, what you say is, that doesn't matter, I can actually get my own cigarette, and that's when you again do that change and bring out the cigarette. Now after doing the change, you have to get rid of the pen that is in this hand. So what I do is basically I hold the cigarette like this as if I'm about to smoke, and I actually immediately reach in my pocket, I drop the pen inside my pocket and bring out the lighter. So that way I can also give them a reason for why I'm going into the pocket, so that they don't suspect anything that I'm actually putting something inside the pocket, because for them I'm actually bringing out the lighter. Now what I do is basically, since I don't smoke, I actually try to like go and light the cigarette in front of my face, but then again I say like, okay, I'll just smoke later, and that way I just keep both of these things in my pocket. Or if you want, if you're a smoker, you can go and smoke it, but I don't really prefer, or I'm not really encouraging that because that is bad for health. So anyways, that's how I do this trick, and that's how I clean up this pen by putting it in my pocket and switching it with the lighter, and that's how I actually do this entire trick. So that's it for this video. That's how you're going to do this trick, and thanks for watching. If you're new here, then make sure you subscribe because that's what helps me make amazing videos like this one. And one more time, thanks for watching. Peace.